Let me know once you see my screen.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
we can see. Yes, it's visible.
Okay, yeah. So today we'll cover up like how many types of stages we have in Snowflake and the micro-partition and clustering things. So in Snowflake we have two types of stages. One is the internal stage and second is the external stage. Internal stage is like which are created inside of Snowflake. Like you have created one stage and you kept your selected files that is copied from your local stage, copied from your local disk, and you copied in the stage. So that is called as a internal stage. So internal stage having also three types, that is a user stage, table stage, user name stage. So what's the main difference between this? The user stage is like this is stage basically to each users, like for a specific users, like you are a user of Snowflake account and you have your user stage. Like if I have search like list, this is a code that we need to write, like list at the rate this symbol, this s symbol we need to give. Then whatever the file that you have loaded inside your account, you can able to see those things. That is called as a user stage. So here I have written like user stage are tied to a specific user. Every user has a default stage created. We will not able to either modify or remove the stage. So we are not able to delete this stage and we cannot able to modify these stages. So whatever the things that you have loaded into your Snowflake account, it will be there, but it do not take any storage cost. So don't about think about like, okay, I have loaded many files and these are the things are stored inside of your Snowflake user stage. Then what will your storage cost? So don't worry about this storage cost. It will don't do not take any storage cost for these files that is stored inside of your user stage. Once the file is loaded completely, we'll ensure to remove this file explicitly, otherwise we will pay for the storage. So this line is not regarded. We are not going to pay any of the storage file for this user stage file. Okay. So file is once user stage cannot be accessed by another user. So like you are a user of Snowflake account and I am also user of same Snowflake account. So my user stage and your user stage will be entirely different because I have loaded some files from my side, you have loaded some files from your side. So I am not able to see whatever the files that you have loaded from user stage for your user stage, and you cannot able to see my user files. So that's it, entirely confidential regarding for the user stage files. Table stage, so table stage is also regarding to the each table that you have created on your specific users things. So table states are tied to a specific user, like I have created employee table, you have created a customer table. So like that, those users those table stage are using for your only. So here this is also seen by at the rate percentile symbol. So if I write list at the rate percentile symbol, then I am able to see what are the uh, table stages that I have there, how many bytes of scan, means how many size of the file it is having, and all those things. Let me hide this one. Whenever a table is created, automatically table stage is created. This table stage, user stage is automatically created by the Snowflake. No need to create it from your side. So there's nothing created. There's nothing any manual intervention regarding for creating of this table stage, user stage. Not able to modify or remove the stage, and we can clean the space after the file loaded. You can delete those files, but there is nothing any needed to delete those table stage files and user stage file. So that's fine. You can kept it as a site, and table sets for a particular table can be accessed through the another table. So once a table stage is created, you cannot access through another table. Like I have created an employee table, and again, you have created an employee table. You cannot use that employee table table stage file inside the another employee table stage file. So both are created as both are accessed as a different way, but the table created only be one because the name will be the remaining same. Like employee table I have created, you created also the employee table. The table will be created one, but you cannot use that table stage file to load your table stage. So That is particularly different. All those things. Third is the internally named stage. Internal name stage, like you have created from your side. You created.
One second, Sandeep, sorry to
Yeah,
stop you. The
yeah.
previous one, just I have one question. See,
Mhm.
as you said, stage will be created by default. We will not create any stage, correct?
No, no, we are. You are not creating any stage. This user stage, table stage is it created by Snowflake itself. You are not
How,
creating anything.
see, whenever the table is created, it will create
Mhm.
two stage, user stage as well as table stage, or how it will.
No, no,
How
not
system will know
table.
whether it's a user stage or it's a stable stage.
No, once you have uh, added to your Snowflake account, that
Hmm.
user stage will automatically created for your users files.
Hmm.
And the table stage, whatever table that you have created, like employee, customer, whatever table you have created, you loaded those files, all those things. So on that basics, the table stage will be created.
My question is whether we can upload the data into Snowflake using a user stage and also using the table stage. Is it correct?
Uh, no, no. User stage has a different things. Like user
Mm.
stage is like you have. It is not based on the table side itself. It is also created based on views. It is also created based on the things, functions, procedures, whatever the things that you have created on your user stage. On your user command. Like you are a dev role and you have a particular username, like HNM 2210 something. There your username. On that basis you have created whatever the things, the tables, views, functions, procedures. On that basis you can able to see all those user stage files. And if you have
User
loaded
stage
some
files.
files,
This is not user table, right? This is user stage
no,
files.
no, user stage files, like you have loaded some tables like employee table, customer
File means
table.
what type of the file is it? Is it text file or
Is a it can be a text file, it can be a core SQL files, it can be a CSV file. It's depending upon you, like whichever the file that you have loaded, or whichever the file that you have created. SQL files like views you have created, so from the user stage you are able to see those users files, user stage files.
okay? In
Table.
that yeah, in that case, in stable stage, can we write a query and see the data in the stable stage?
Yes, yes. In table stage also you can able to see whichever the files. In table stage you are only able to see whatever the files that you have loaded. Like from S3 to Snowflake, you have loaded one employee table. Okay. So in that case, you are able to see, okay, this employee table I have loaded, and you can able to see the you can able to see the size of the file, and you can able to uh, use that particular table stage file to any other account. Like you need to load to any other table, then you can load directly from the table stage to any other table. In Snowflake, how the file is loaded, like uh, if you are loading from the external stage or from the internal stage, the file should need to be loaded first in any of the stage file, any of the stage. Like you have loaded in your name stage, like you have created first stage or demo stage you have created, and first the file need to be loaded into the stage. From stage you need to load to any other table, like your core layer tables or your analytics layer table. So from there itself you can need to be loaded, but first file need to be loaded in your stage file. So normally user stage file, table stage file we are not using in real-time projects itself. We are normally using this internal name stage file. Like in my previous project, we are loaded some file, and those file need to be there in the name stage file. Once the file there in the stage file, then from the stage file we are sending the records to Qualtrics. So like that, we are using this name stage file as an internal name stage file. As an external stage, you can create it as an external stage, and from there you are loading the data from S3 to Azure or anything like that to your external stage. But internal stage, normally we are using to send the records to any other reporting tools or any other your source files. So on that basis we have created this internal name stage. So once it will complete, I will show you in Snowflake like how we are creating the internal stage files, and if and how we can able to see this user stage file and table stage files.
Okay, okay.
Got a point, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Once we see that, then only we'll come to know exactly how it is.
Yes, yes, correct.
See,
So
in our table file, we are uploading a 10 records into internal
mhm,
table stage. So I need to
yes.
choose whether all 10 records are loaded into internal or not. We can select the query and we can see now what are the data loaded.
Yes, correct. In table stage, you are able to see only the file name, like what the
Okay.
file that you have loaded into it,
Okay.
and what's the size of the file, and who have loaded, like account admin has loaded, or any other role that they have loaded. That's it. You are not able to see the entire file structure, like what is the columns of that file and
Mhm.
nothing like that. You are able to see what's the file name. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. We cannot see the content of the table,
No,
right?
no, no. You cannot
Structure.
see the content of the file. In user stage also, you cannot able to see the content of the
Okay.
SQL files, like the views, procedures. You are not able to see. You are just able to see whatever
Files.
you have created. That's it.
Okay. Okay. And
Sandeep,
mm,
what is main difference between user stage and table stage?
User stage, like what on your user thing, whichever the user is created, whatever the thing that they have created, snowpipe, task, stream, any views, functions. So you are able to see all the things. In the table stage, you are able to see what are the files that you have loaded uh, to your any other table, like employee table, customer table. You are loaded from S3, you are loaded from Azure. So on that basis, you are able to see whatever the file that you have loaded from any that you have loaded in a entirely table for any particular Snowflake table. So on that time, you can able to see these table stages. And
Me-
on that condition also, if the stage file, if that file is more than 100 MB or more than 50 of more than 100 MB, then only you are able to see those files. Because if we have loaded some 10 MB record or 5 MB record. So there is nothing any needed of Snowflake. It's not required by the Snowflake, like, okay, these are the smaller files and there is nothing any need to be stored in the table stage. So Snowflake itself remove those table stage files.
Oh, basically it is two layers. One is user stage and one is table stage. User stage is at file
Mhm.
level and table stage is table level. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Table level, yes, correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Third one is the internally named stage. So, internal name stage is like you are creating your uh, fire stage name, like first stage name or Sandeep stage, anything you have created. Inside the stage, you can keep your files, or you have created a procedure, and that procedure is created in one file, and that file need to be stored in your name stage file. And from the name stage file, that file is going to your reporting tools. So on that basis, we are creating this internally name stage file. Okay, this way offer flexibility compared to user or table stage. You can make the changes in this internally named stage. In table stage, in user stage, there is nothing any manual intervention, like you cannot delete anything, you cannot create anything, so nothing you can able to do it. But this internally named stage, you can able to delete some file, like you have loaded 4 or 5 files and you want only 2 files should be there, so you can delete those files, or you can add some file from your computer side, like in your PC you have 3 or 4 files, you can load it directly into your internally named stage. That can be a semi-structured data or a structured data. You can load it any types of files inside this internally named stage. Some Snowflake objects of perform internal name stage, you need to create this stage manually, and you can also specify the file format while crafting stage itself, which is different from table and user stage. So inside that, you can keep the semi-structure and structure level of data inside the name stage. Okay. External stage is like whenever you are creating any external stage, you need to be give the file format. A file format is like you have created a stage, and that stage file need to load only CSV files. Okay, CSV file or avro file or parquet file. So on that time, you need to be give a file format, which file format you are loading those files. Like CSV files, if you are loading, then the file format need to be give us. You need to create one file format, like create or replace file format name, and inside that you can give the type is equal to CSV, compressions, field delimiter, uh, many other parts are there. You need to be mentioned those things, and on that basis you need to create the stage, the file format, and a URL. URL in the sense like which URL you are getting directly the files, like you are getting directly from the S3. Then from the S3 you need to give that particular URL and the storage integration. These four things need to be there. One is your file, the stage name, external stage name. Second is your file format. Third is the URL. Fourth is your storage integration name. So what is actually a storage integration name? Is like whenever you need to connect to your AWS or connect to your uh, Azure or GCP, you need to create the ARN files. Not ARN file, there is a ARN link need to be created, and that AWS ARN link need to be there. So on that base, on that ARN link, you need to connect both of them. So after connecting, this connection creating is known as a storage integration. So let me go to Snowflake one.
So that Sandeep, you said external stage. External
Hmm.
stage is only data copy into Snowflakes from AW or S3 from Azure. That is
Yes,
external stage.
yes,
From
correct.
Snowflakes to AWS 3 that is internal stage. Is it correct?
From Snowflake to reporting tools, either you can create as an internal stage, or for your purpose also you can create your internal stage. But yeah, you can say like, if you send in the records from uh, Snowflake to any reporting tool like Power BI or Tableau, you can use this internal stage to load those, to create a file, and that file need to be go to your reporting tools. You can use that internal stage, but the external stage is only used to load the data from AWS or Azure to Snowflake.
Sandeep, while
Mhm.
creating, we will select AWS, right? So if the
Yes.
account is AWS, we can only load from AWS.
Load from AWS. Yes, correct. If
Okay.
your account is Azure, then you can use the Azure link to
So
create
so
a
uh,
connection.
we cannot create external stage to the Azure layer. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So here, let me show you first the internal stage, then we'll go to external stage. Okay. So if I want to create any internal stage, so first we'll go for table stage and name stage. Okay. User stage and table stage. So how we are able to see?
Sandeep, one more
Hmm.
question.
Yes.
Both files will be compressed and data will be
Yes.
compressed, right?
Yes. The compression is done by the Snowflake itself. So there is nothing,
Um,
any manual intervention is required.
so it will compress file and it will load, right? I don't know.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
It will compress by Snowflake and it is loaded into
So
uh,
it save the storage cost. Okay, fine.
yes,
Yeah.
it is
Okay, fine.
showing because in stage the file should not be there. The data should not be there, because if the data should be there in the stage, if you loaded the data into the stage, then definitely you need to be need the data in any of a table or anywhere you need the data. That's where you have loaded into the stage, correct? So once
Yeah.
this data should be there in the stage, you can directly copy into statement and you directly take those data into your respective table. So
Okay,
that's why there is
fine.
nothing any storage cost on that time.
Okay, fine, fine.
So this is our what? Wait. This is our user stage. So how we are able to select list at the rate symbol, this S symbol. So here we can able to see right now we have loaded only employees table, that is some how many record, 5.5 KB of record. So Snowflake is not required to store those 5 KB of data inside your user stage and table stage. So here if I have loaded more TB of data or MB of data, then you are able to see the file name. What's the file name you have loaded, the size of the file, MD5 in the sense like what is your role based on which you have created those file MD5, and last modified on which time you have modified that file. You can able to see it here. If I have loaded this list at the rate employee, this is a table stage. So here I need to give a table stage. If I have given employee, so it is not showing. Let me give you one more table. Mm, Sample data is not required here. No, we don't have. No, we don't have privileges to see. Like Snowflake has given some sample data, right? So here, if you want to check, there is some sample records schema inside the schema. There is some sample records table data is there. Call center catalog page, some data is there. So inside the data, there is something 770 GBs of record you are able to see, but we are not able to see which of the list things that table has loaded inside it, how the table is loaded inside it. So we are not
Uh,
able to see here. If
Sandeep,
I
this
go
account is enterprise
employee,
edition. This account
yeah,
your
say,
so okay, fine,
uh-huh.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, say something. So see here we have loaded some 5 KB of data, so that's why it is not showing. Snowflake itself is not showing those data like name, size, MDK, and last modified. If once we go to 2 3 class mode, then whenever we are going to Snowpipe stage, so then we are loading something around 1 GB or uh, 10 GB of records. So then we are able to see what are the file that we have loaded, and inside this we can able to see what are the Snowpipe statement that we have created, any table that we have created, inside that we have loaded those data. So there we are able to see those things. But normally in your real-time projects, this table stage, user stage is not that much of useful, because you are directly getting the data from any external stages of data. So there is nothing any useful for this internal stage files of this table and user stage. And for um, another one is there na internal stage, no, internally named stage. So how you are creating internally named stage, this is the way that you have create or replace stage. You just give your any of the stage file name, and the directory table that we have here. Directory table is used whenever you have created your stage, you have loaded some files, and you want to see whatever the files that loaded inside the stage. So on that basis, if you want to see those files, then only the directory table should be enabled. Enable is equal to true, and the file format. What's the file format you are using? CSV format. This is a name that I have given. So otherwise, you can give file format. File type is equal to CSV. So like that, you can give in. If you
So
want to create from code, yeah,
one question, Sandeep. If I have two
uh-huh.
file, two CSV files, so then I need
Uh-huh.
to create two stages, right? Or one stage with one stage we
Only
can
one
plan.
stage. Yes, yes. Inside one stage, you can keep multiple files, CSV files, any other file
Oh, okay,
you
got
can
it.
create.
So with one stage we can register multiple files. Okay, okay,
Mhm.
Sandeep. Yeah, okay,
Yes,
fine.
but
Yeah.
that will be the file format. If you have given this file format, if you created just normal create or replace stage name and directory should be enabled. If you given like this, then you can keep multiple types of file like CSV, Avro, Parquet. But if you given this file format, CSV file format,
Okay,
then
okay.
you only store as a CSV only.
No,
Let me
okay.
create.
Stage is one format only. We cannot put multiple formats, right? That's what you're saying.
If you have given this file format is equal to file type is equal to CSV, then it will store only CSV file. If you have
So
given,
okay.
mhm,
Suppose I have two Excel files and two Parquet
mhm,
files. So
yes,
then we need to create two stages.
two stages. If you given this file format as file type is equal to Avro or Parquet, whatever you have given. If you have not given, then you can keep both types of files inside the one stage. Let me
Oh,
create one
oh,
stage, okay?
okay, fine, fine. Yeah.
Let me create one stage, then you are able to see it. So either you can directly write the code, or either directly you can go it here. Schema. Let me create inside this demo. Okay. Stage I already created. So let me create one more stage. Okay. Snowflake managed. See here, I need to give any stage name like uh sample sample stage. Okay, sample stage. Here you can give a comment, and here there is a directory. Enable directory table is required to see the file stored inside the stage. whatever the file is stored inside the stage, if you want to see, then only this directory table should be enabled, and this will take the external this will take the storage cost, not the storage cost. It will take the cost whenever you are able, whenever you want to see the files, because at that time it using the warehouse, like small or extra small, whatever the warehouse that is using. So at that time it is taking the cost. So that's why you need to be check, like you want to see the files inside the stage or not. Right now I will go with this directory table as yes. And here the encryption part it is given, like whenever you are taking some of the files from your external stages or from internal stages, you are loading the file, you need some encryption part. By default Snowflake is given your AES 256 encryption, but if you want any other encryption like client side encryption or any server side encryption, you can click it here and you can able to see what type of encryption that is done by the Snowflake. So for right now, there is nothing any needed of any client side or server side. So for now itself, I will go with the client side encryption, and you can able to see what's the SQL that is created. See creator stage, name stage, and directory is that. So here I have not given any file format like CSV file or any parquet file. I have not given. So if I create it here, create. See a sample stage is created. If I want to keep any file. I gave one employee file. Okay, upload. One file is uploaded. You can see employee.csv. If I want to load any other file, I need to check any other file I have or not. Let's go with this. Okay, this is a text file, doc file. If I want to upload, see this doc file is also uploaded. So there's nothing any file format that I have given, and I can upload any types of file here. So if I want to see in the directory file directory table, I have clicked as yes. So that's why I am able to see what are the files that I have loaded. If I have not clicked on
Sorry, Sandeep, where you are uploading? Which option you are selecting from here to upload?
here plus file, you are seeable here, right? Top right corner,
Files. Oh, okay, okay,
plus files. So
okay,
you are able to load the file.
okay.
Just browse the file and you can able to load it. And if you want to copy the part from which part you are using this internal name stage to copy statement, like you have created one table and you use this copy statement file to load into it, then if you click it here, you can see a copy part is there, right? So you can copy the part. And if you want to download any file, like from here, if you want to download this file, then you can directly download it from here also and load into table. So directly you can load it from here. But normally these other things are not required. This copy part is required because if you are using this internally staged file to load any particular table inside of Snowflake, then this part is required, right? So otherwise this part or this download, because directly you are getting this file and directly you are loading the file from internal stage only, so there is nothing any required any download statement. But yeah, download you can do it, and copy part is there. If
Now, so
I
Sandeep,
go
just show me once the stage we are creating, we are not giving any file format. Where we can give the file format while creating the stage. Now you are uploading doc file and CSV file and
yes,
all the.
yes,
Where exactly we need to specify while creating a stage, which file format are we going to use?
here for here, if I want to create, if I go to stage, if I want to create it here stage.
Only CSV. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
So right now here you cannot give it like only CSV or anything like that.
Uh-huh. So where we
I'll
can use then in that case? Suppose we are loading only.
yes, only
I think
CSV
I
file
think via statement and
by
statement
SQL
is when
statement,
by
by
SQL
SQL
Oh,
statement
statement.
is mentioning the file.
okay, okay, fine, fine. The SQL statement only we can create. Okay,
Yes,
fine
here
then.
only, here. And how's the file format is look like? If I create a file format, then how the file format is look like? See, create or replace file format, CSV format, and here the type is equal to CSV. So whatever
Oh,
your format that you have created.
oh,
Yeah.
delimiter also you're specifying. Okay, skip
Yeah,
headers.
field delimiter, like you cannot get entire file as a correct way, correct?
Okay, then
So
all files should come with a unified format, right? Like field limit. Okay, understand now. Got it. Got
yes.
it.
So
See,
like any file is field delimiter,
uh,
like a symbol, this pipe symbol, or uh, is equal to symbol, like that. Any file you can get, right?
yeah.
So for that condition, you need to require this file form, file delimiter,
No,
skip header.
we need to files. We need to standardize according to our
Yes, yes,
stage. Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Skip header, null if empty field as null. So like that is other conditional is also required. Field delimiter is there. Yeah, field delimiter is there. Record
Uh,
delimiter is there. So on that basis, you can create your file format and you can use this file format to load your file. So whenever I am loading any file, now see if I load it here, any table, employee table. Okay, let's go to employee table. If I load,
but in real time injection, it will not be all will be automated, right? Injections. This
It's
will
based upon injection in the sense like what you are saying.
like
This
file
file
taking
format.
creating stages based on files
Hmm.
automatically will create like pipes, jobs and all. Anyway, go ahead. That's
No, no, you need to be manually given what type of file. Snowflake not able to understand like what type of file that you are loading, right? Sometime you
mm,
are loading CSV, sometime you are loading parquet file. So on that condition, you need to be mentioned which file format is required.
uh,
Okay. And
okay.
here this file format is there, na? File format. I'm loading CSV file or any JSON file. So if I click on CSV file and table loading methods like append method is there, replace anything is required. So if you click on show SQL, see here, this file format is created from itself. Okay,
Mm,
either you can create it from your side like file format, you need you can create or replace file format name, and you use that name whenever you are loading anything, or you can use directly here at the time of loading into it. So file format is equal to type csv, skip header, trim space, file optional enclosed by, all those things you can use it here.
okay, but this process and all will not be can be automated later, right? Same files will come day, or we will do sometimes we will do manually, or depends upon how it goes. I'm just in real time.
For manual, see, file format you need to be doing it manually
No, no.
for
Suppose
creating.
in from source, right? We are getting
Mhm.
standard format, file format, and all everything every day.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
every day this process we can automate, right? Or you
Yes,
will
yes, it
just
is automated. See,
either
what?
you need to click every day and when no,
No,
not
no,
like
no,
that.
no, 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 not nothing like that. So
There will
if
be
you are
later you
getting
will
a Mhm.
some jobs will be there, right? Later you will tell, okay, fine. Yeah, got it.
Correct, because
Uh,
see, whenever the file, whenever you're from incremental load, so you are able to get like, okay, this is a file format, this type of file we are getting, and these are the some file delimiter should be there, and these other things. So for that itself, you create one file format and you use that file format anywhere whenever
yeah,
you are loading into it.
yeah. Anyway, will file
Mhm.
format will be agreed with the source system. So if they any wrong
Yes.
and all, that is there.
It
We need to
will it
commit.
will throw an error. It will throw an error, and you can manually check like what's the error will be there, and you can make any change in the file format
Okay,
afterwards.
okay, fine. Okay.
Okay. So if I created this file format, see, file format is created, and after that I use this file format to create a stage. Then it will load only the CSV files. It will not load it any doc file or parquet file. It will not load it into it. It only load any CSV file inside that stage. This is the internal stage. How we created external stage? So for creating of external stage, we need to require to give this URL. What type of URL we are given? This is the URL, and this URL is coming from storage integration. So before creating the stage, we need to create a storage integration, and this storage integration can be created only by account admin. No one can create any other role, no one can create this storage integration. Okay, account admin can create this storage integration. What this storage integration is like, what type of file that you are loading, type is equal to external stage, storage provider is equal to S3. If it is Azure, then you need to mention like Azure. Storage AWS role ARN, this thing you are getting from your AWS. Like whenever you create your S3 and there is a role ARN is there, on that, or whenever you click on that role ARN, it will by default giving you this link. Not this is a not a link, this is a ARN part. So from there itself you need to copy and you need to paste it here as a storage AWS role ARN. And enable is equal to true. Enable is equal to true in the sense like whenever a new file should be there in your S3, this storage integration or Snowpipe will automatically enable. So that's why it's enable is equal to true. And storage allowed location, which location you are need to be continue. Like there's multiple S3 buckets should be there. There's a particular S3 bucket, you need to be load that file. So on that basis, you need to give your storage allowed location. The location should be one or many. So if it is one and any other location should be there, you can give it by comma and you can give your locations part. Okay, and that location, storage allowed location should be there in your URL part. Let me do it here. Okay, so once I have created this storage integration, see, one more thing, like this, if AWS role ARN is not a valid, this is a valid one. Okay, so if it is not a valid one, then Snowflake itself send you a error like this is not a valid or this is a error. If I do it like this, wait, see, invalid value AWS role ARN for the parameter storage AWS role ARN. This is not a valid one. So that's why it is giving you as a error. So one more thing that it is required. Okay. And once the storage integration is created, then whatever the storage allowed location that you have given, you need to give this URL and your storage integration name, like which storage integration you have created for the stage. So there will be multiple stage, there will be multiple storage integration because there is a multiple locations that is required. So on that case you can create storage integration 2 or 3, and on that basis you can create your stage files. So for here, I have created one storage integration, and for this storage integration, I have created one stage. See, if I create it here, it will create a external stage. This is for AWS. If it is for Azure, then the Azure URL will be looking like this. Azure my account blob. In Azure, your file should be there. Any blob storage or blob location should be there, right? So on that basis, you need to give like blob core Windows and .NET and loaded files where you have loaded the files itself. So there you can load it here. Any doubt regarding of stage? There also you can create your external stage. If I go it here, database, if I go first class, schema, demo, stage. If I want to create any external stage like S3 or S3, for here I am need to create S3. See, AWS S3 location, URL, which URL need to be given, authentication, like how you are need to be authenticate, like your user ID or password or ARN, and auto refresh. This auto refresh should be whenever the file should be there, and Snowflake will automatically get a Snowpy will start automatically loading those files. So on that condition, it need to be auto refresh. And encryption for S3, it should be master key, which is the master key is required, and all those things. Once you have storage integration is created, these things are not required. Encryption, authentication, because these things are coming under your storage integration. So that's why it is not required. Without storage integration, also you can create the stage, but it is not recommended to create any stage file without your storage integration, because storage integration is created for the security purpose, so that no one can able to see your this encryption part, because without encryption there is nothing any create of stage, right? So to hide this encryption part, we are creating the storage integration. And storage integration, no one can able to see or no one able to change it. They can do by only account admin roles. And if you want to see, you can able to see the SQL thing, the creator, stage name, directory, table, and that's it. Okay, any doubt regarding that? Whenever we are going to Snowpipe thing, like when we are loading from S3 to Snowflake, so all those things are, I will explain like how we are able to create. The storage integration is required. Data notification also there is required. Data notification is like that is for only for Azure. Uh, for AWS, there is nothing any required. Data notification is required for the Azure thing because whenever any new file is coming under your blob storage location, Snowflake will get a email message or any of a trigger message will be required. So for that condition, the storage notification, data notification, we need to create it. That is for only for Azure. For AWS, this data notification is covered under this storage integration, and whenever you are connecting between uh, your Snowflake and AWS, you can able to see it. Once this storage integration is created, how you are able to see those details? You can able to see it from here. Describe integration, your integration name. So these two condition is required. This IAM user ARN and external ID. These two is required to copy and directly paste it in your AWS. So wherever you are creating your role ARN part in your S3 bucket, so there you need to copy these two things and you need to paste it there. So after that, you can make a connection between your AWS S3 to your Snowflake account. This is given by Snowflake. This is not created manually. And these port are different for every external stages, like not stages, every storage integration. Like I have created this one, again I have created one more storage integration, then these two get different. And this is auth, this is not token authorizations. So there is a two types of authorizations is there, token and auth, OAUTH. So token will be in 90 days of period. After that, you need to make a change. But Snowflake is by default is given you by authorization. In auth authorization, there is nothing any make any changes after 90 days or after any days. This is going continue whenever your Snowflake account is there. Any doubt regarding the stage files?
No doubts, but we need to see how S3 is connected. Some integration level we need to see. I will check later
Yes. Yeah,
because
just go. Yeah, for now
when
itself.
yeah, whenever we create S3 bucket, right, there are
Mhm.
certain permissions should be required.
Yes, at the time of
So
permission only, you need to give this role ARN and this
yeah,
allowed location, all those things is required.
yeah, okay, fine. This is fine. Yeah,